you have your microphones on?
Microphone is on. Check.
Okay. Okay. Spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. We're all good.
I'm ready.
We're ready. Okay. Hi everybody, it's Rob with Yoro Adventures. Today we're here in Cuba Mountain Range, and I'm here with Crazy Bear.
This is Crazy Bear.
And we're here to discuss a Firebag. So Crazy Bear, what is a Firebag?
I'm glad you asked. I want you to know that this Firebag was created for you specifically. What I did was I went through looking for an idea for a birthday gift for you, and I started watching Bushcraft.
Okay.
And the Bushcraft people hiking with minimalist and utilizing the very, very bare necessities gave me the idea that we needed something like this so that we could carry on our ATVs, so that we could enjoy the same type of thing that these bushcraft people are enjoying with their backpacks and hiking in the alpines out there. So that gave me the idea for your birthday present.
Okay.
And here's what we're going to I'm going to show you everything that's in this Firebag, and this was his birthday present.
So just as a quick recap, this is a bag that is designed to be packed with all the essential things that you should need or could need out in the wilderness, as well as incorporating things that it is important to always have on you, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Whenever you go out on your ATV or in your truck, all you have to do is make sure that this bag is in your truck. If you're in a situation where you're fishing, you want to eat your fish, everything you need is right here. If you go out and you decide you just want to have hamburgers, all you have to do is bring the hamburgers. Everything is right here.
Okay.
That's the concept of the Firebag, and it'll be always packed and ready to go.
Okay. So show us your Firebag.
Okay, before I get into the Firebag, I want to tell you that in my life, coming up with ideas for birthday gifts and Christmas gifts has always been a challenge for me, and this has got to be one of the best gift ideas I've ever come to in my entire life. This is number one. I hope there's more to come.
So this is a horn that you tooted yourself that is worth the toot.
And it took me this long to be able to say that.
Okay.
This bag here is a it's a day pack. I got it from Amazon. I don't know the exact name of this pack here, but it is the right size that I need to carry everything that I want in here. In this pack, we have the ability to carry 2 pistols if you need to in a backpack situation, and what we have, the straps here, and I don't have it with me, but I bought my cooler system from Costco. And Costco is one of those lunch boxes that you get for the kids that you put your lunches in and send them off to school. Well, that works perfect for this bag. You just put that bag in between this strap and your pack, and you tie it to your pack. So I wish I would have brought it so that you can see it, so you'll have to take my word for it, but when you go out for hot dogs or steaks or whatever, you put it in your cooler with your freezer bags, or you don't need ice, you just put that freezer gel.
Yeah, it's that blue gel.
And that's the only thing you have to put in there.
Okay. So before we open it up, we should explain the size of this bag, because
okay.
So how big would you say the bag is in height and dimension?
We are just a little bit below 15 inches.
Okay.
And we are about 11 inches in width.
Okay.
And we are probably about 8 inches in depth.
Okay.
Okay. We have tie downs, or
the MOLLE.
the MOLLE connection ports with a lot of bracket connections, tie downs. You can add to this any way that you want to. What this is designed for is the bare necessities of the Firebag concept, and we'll get into that when we unload and show you what's in here.
Okay, and then before we unload it, what is a Firebag?
A Firebag is the on-hand tool that you would need to be able to survive if your vehicle broke down. You wouldn't have to go through and hope you had matches, or hope you had a knife, or hope you had a hatchet, or hope you had anything like that in your, if you anything happened, everything you need is here.
Okay.
For an emergency, especially, number one, but for pleasure, and creative pleasure, and that's the concept that I'm pushing here. It's not only sitting in your bag waiting for an emergency.
Okay.
You can use it as you want to in your everyday rides. You can use this.
So what, basically, if I were to summarize, it's a bag that you can take with you if you're on a picnic, you're on a ride, you're going across country to go visit an aunt or your kids, or
you're broke down and you got a broken leg.
Yeah.
This will save your life.
And so let me just kind of, so if you haven't watched the video yet, the 10 essential items to pack when you're out on an adventure video, I would pause right now, watch that video, because we're going to be covering some of those items that were covered in that video that it would pertain to what's in this bag. And the reason why I bring that up is it's not just Crazy and Bear and I's, opinion. It is something that Search and Rescue recommends, and so we're trying to, not only teach, but live what we teach.
Exactly. This is common sense.
Okay.
Everything that we're showing you here is something that in one way or another you should have in your possession anytime you're out in the wilderness, just to protect yourself from the elements.
Okay.
Anything that could happen, you're protected one way or another, and it'll make life a lot easier for you to sit there and wait for somebody to come and find you.
Okay. So let's open it up.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up this Firebag, and I'm going to show you everything that's in here. The essentials that are in here are the minimum. I have gone over a little bit, but not by much. The Bushcraft people are very minimalist, but we are on ATVs and we can carry a little more weight, so our luxury line is a little higher than a backpacker would have. I have things in here that a backpacker would never carry with him because the weight is just too much. But again, we are on ATVs. We've got a fire system. I've got several different fire systems that are in here. I've got a waterproof Bic lighter. And it sits in this waterproof. It's a pro bass shop. It fits on a boat. But it's great if this is sitting in your pack and you're in the rain. You do not have to worry about your lighter being wet and non-functional.
So can you open that up one more time?
Sure.
And so it is just really a Bic lighter. That's it.
Really is a Bic lighter.
Okay. So we're talking $2 worth of stuff right there. 2 or 3. Okay.
Now, this is a flashlight. It's a small flashlight. It's handy. It fits in your pack. You have to maintain the battery. You have to make sure that you check your batteries every once in a while. You may go years without using the battery, but it's just that one time that you would need it that would put you in a lot of trouble.
Okay.
I've got a hot pan holder. It's kind of like a pair of pliers that holds a hot pan. I've got a cup in here for heating up water, and if you got a pair of gloves, you don't really need this, but this is real handy.
Okay.
This is my ferrous ceremon rod. I keep this real handy. It's really a tool that could save your life. If you can't make this thing work, take a YouTube class in all these people who are willing to sit and teach you how to use them. Like for me, I've been learning how to use it, and now it's an emergency functional item, and I can use it.
Just out of perspective, you usually see the cheap ones are a quarter of this size.
Right.
Right. So this is about 5 inches.
That's called a gorilla.
A gorilla. And the reason why it's so important is if you put it in your hand, I'm going to poke his nose, boop,
Yeah.
like that. I have it in my fist, and there's still a lot of exposed, so
exactly.
fatigue doesn't cause problems.
And most likely in the worst case scenario, if you're using something like this, you've got a pair of gloves on and it's snowing outside.
Right. Okay.
This is a pocket bellows. I went ahead and added this in there because these are made by military veterans. And this particular veteran was a Vietnam veteran. They're telescoping. When you are building your fire with your ferrocerimin rod and you're working with embers, this will help you blow on the fire to keep that fire going.
Okay.
They're called pocket bellows.
And like you said, this was designed and developed by a Vietnam veteran. So if you go on his website, and we'll put the information on the video, you'll get to see a little bit of the history and why this one's a unique item.
Now in my pack, I included a magnifying glass. I don't know how many times you've had a fishing hook stuck in your finger. I don't know how many times you've had a splinter, or I don't know how many times you had to read a map. But a magnifying glass for someone as young as I am is an essential. I have an Ozark Trail piece of equipment here that is a toolbox all on its own. It has pliers, wire cutters.
It's a multi-tool.
It's a multi-tool, all bottle opener, can opener, the whole thing. So this is, to me, is a must for any pack.
Right.
Any ATV, anybody who spends time outside will use this one time or another.
Okay.
Okay, now everybody's essentials are pretty much the same. This is a roll of toilet paper, and inside my toilet paper I have matches that I used to carry in my hunting backpack, and that's how old this toilet paper is. But I always carried my matches inside my toilet paper right there, and it's in a plastic bag, so it was always wet, and they actually still work.
Okay.
I have a canister. I'll show you what that is. But I have a Stanley cup, and this cover here is designed so that when you build a fire and you put your Stanley cup on the fire, it will get black. This one here has 2 cups in it. It has 2 cups in it. But when it gets black and you're done with it, if you put it back in this bag, it doesn't contaminate your pack.
Right. So it's yeah, I gotcha.
So this cup here is also a cooking cup, and for a single one person, you could make a rice-a-roni or any of those type of foods by heating the water and putting it in there to save your life.
Right.
This Stanley cup is important because if you're in an area and you don't have any more water, you build yourself a little fire and you can purify your water by boiling it. And that's where this you take it out of the fire and in the fire, and you don't have to burn your hands over it.
Gotcha.
Or you could heat water up in there, and there's 2 cups nested in there, and you could use add on water to make juice or coffee or tea or hot chocolate.
Do you like hot chocolate?
I don't care for hot chocolate, but my granddaughter does, and wherever I go, she goes. So I want to make sure that she has the necessities. And I put everything in this clear plastic Ziploc bag. One for protection of moisture, and the other is I can see what I'm short of, and I just add to it after I use it.
Okay.
Okay, this one here, I added this one because I plan on doing a lot of cooking. Okay. A lot of trout and a lot of vegetables.
Okay.
So these are the cooking essentials that I need to be able to accomplish my luxury dinner or evening entertainment or whatever I want to do. Okay, if you want to look in here, I've got this white. If you come in a little closer.
Closer.
This thing right here, to me, is the key. This is the key to this whole pack because we're going through a zone. This is my cutting board. See that? Now, the reason why I chose this cutting board is because it has a lip on it. So if I'm alone or you and I are fishing and I cook a trout, I'll put the trout and put the vegetables on there and we can eat off of it right here. And this is our plate.
Okay.
And it has a lip on it so that the juices don't spread or spill and make a mess. And the size is important to the size of the pack because it locks everything in the backside, which is the rest of the pack, which is the rest of the... Now, I have... Now, all the time I'm putting these things together, I'm having a real tickle, knowing that Robert's going to enjoy these things when he gets them because this is such a good idea, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. This thing here, whoever invented this, this is called a tarpus, and they're telescoping hot dog and marshmallow roasters. You're not gonna have to go looking for willows anymore. And there's 4 of them in this pack, and they're tarpus. I don't know if I'm saying the name right.
Tapper. Yeah, we'll go with that. Here, let's give it a.
But there's 4 of them in there, and it just makes it handy. If you're going to do hot dogs, you just need a fire, and you've got everything you need. This thing here is really important. This knife, if you're fishing, this is your cooking knife. The only thing you use this knife for is for cooking. This is Elk Ridge Bushcraft.
Okay.
You put this on your belt, you clean your fish, you do your cooking with this knife, and that's all you do. You don't clean mud, you don't chop wood, you don't use this knife for anything.
Now,
only cooking.
The handle's really nice because it has a full tang.
Yes, a full tang all the way across, and it's set up so that if you need to, you can get a piece of wood and you can hammer on this thing and it'll take it. See the thickness on that?
Yeah, and then it has the rivets. It's not just a cold rivet. It's actually a hex rivet.
Yeah.
So you can, if it gets loose on you, you can tighten it back down.
You can replace the part.
Yeah.
And it's engraved. It's Elk Ridge.
Yep.
It's a very, very beautiful knife. Very beautiful knife to have. So this is your cooking knife. The only time you use it is when you're cooking.
Okay.
Now, this guy.
Holy cow.
This is a Schrade. This is your axe, your hatchet, your hammer, your drill, if you're cutting meat, grouse, chicken, deer, you can use it like an axe. And it's designed, the tang on it is designed for your Fairman.
Oh wow.
And this is your working knife. I chose this Schrade over a hatchet because I can use this in the same way a hatchet works, and I could use a piece of log to split my log. I'd put it on there and just bang on it. You can see the heft on that tang on there. You can beat the hell out of it and it'll do the job.
To give you an idea, this is probably 3/4 of an inch, right? So the difference, you're talking a good 1/4 inch thickness of metal.
Yeah. So you can
nice.
really bang on it. Now, why I chose this is because this is smaller and will fit in the pack or on your belt. A hatchet takes up, it's an odd shape. It has its function. It's very famous for what it does, but it's not friendly to a pack.
Okay.
This shape is. The weight is a little more than bushcraft people would like, but this sets in this pack and you'll never have to come out unless you need to use it. And the final thing, well, no, I got 2 more things. This is my saw. And this one here is one that I've used before. I carried it around in my pack. But I can cut anything I need down for creating blinds for my fire, or cutting firewood, or sleeping, or cooking apparatuses. This will cut through anything.
Okay.
So you don't need an axe, you just have your saw. And then the final thing is my Bushcraft Grill.
Okay.
Now this guy, there's 2 grills on here. If I'm by myself, I build my fire, I build up my coals, then I put 2 green logs or 2 rocks, and I put my grill on it, and I can heat up my water, I could cook my fish, I could do a steak, barbecue chicken, and if I need more space than that because we have company coming, I could put these together. And I have these little ties that I get for tying sandwich bags or plastic bags or loaves of bread, and I just wire them together and they stay together, and it gives me double the grill space. And you can get others that have more, 2, 3, 3.5. But what you do is when you're done with them, obviously you wipe them down as best you can. I plan on using handy wipes, and then you keep them in your bag. And then when you get home, you take them out, you clean them, put them back in the pack, put them back in the bag, and you leave them there until the next time you need them. This is a Firebag. It's set up for comfort, tea, coffee, hot chocolate. It's set up for emergency, cutting wood, building a fire, making a litter. Never can tell, right? You have the ability to cut anything you need. You have the ability to be a chef's gourmet. You have the ability to cook. I have pans that my wife doesn't use anymore, and they stay in my truck. If I need them, that's where they go, but these stay with them. These don't necessarily stay in my Firebag. So this is my Firebag. This is the birthday present I gave Robert. This isn't the one that I gave him. This is mine. But this is what I gave him. What do you think? Is that a good idea or not?
It's an excellent idea. You saw this bag couldn't weigh more than, you know, like 4 or 5 pounds, maybe. What would you say?
It could be plus or minus. The weight that we're hoping to accomplish here in your taste and what you want is to still keep that weight down and the size of the pack down so that you can put it in your cargo bag on the ATV. So weight wise, you can carry more on an ATV, you can carry more than you can carry on a backpack, but it's essentials. It's just essentials. We're on an ATV that allows us to carry more weight, so our essentials grew a little bit, but you still want to maintain some control over that.
Right, but the point I'm making is that all this stuff in that bag, in a 11-inch wide, 19-inch tall, 9-inch deep bag, with all this stuff, couldn't be more than 5, maybe 7 pounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So super convenient to carry. Okay, well, this is called a fire bag. And
yes.
Are you fired up about this?
I am so fired up. Like I said, and I thank you for giving me the opportunity to blow my own whistle here, but it's not very often that I come up with an idea that is so well accepted, and this one has been. And I've been putting this thing together since about 5 months now, and I've been watching a lot of bushcraft YouTubers and stuff like that, and I see the tools they're using, and I just modified it to what I wanted to be your gift for your ATV. And I think this is a great idea. If anybody out there who is interested, we can give you all the information that we have in the preparations that we put together here. Absolutely.
So if you like what you see here, we're going to put all the details in the description where you can find everything. That way you don't have to go try to remember all these bits and pieces, but we're going to put it in there. But if you like this video, like the video. Click the little thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, because Crazy Bear and I are out here trying to share our knowledge and try to hopefully make your adventures go smoothly. So thanks for watching. You have a great day.
Come adventure with us.